now, not too bad. 45 degrees, some breaks in the overcast. High temperature only managed 51, but that will seem warm compared to where we're headed later in the week. Speaking of warm, tomorrow morning we start off with clouds and upper 30s. We break out to sunshine. How about mid to upper 50s. Perfect time to get all of your last minute cold weather preps in place. Remember the 4 P's: people, pets, plants, and pipes. Thursday, you walk outside in the morning, you say, that's not Arctic yet. Cold front's probably going to push through sometime between 10 and noon in Austin. Earlier in the hill country, later to the south and east. Watch this. By 4 o'clock, we're in the 30s, feeling like the 20s. By 6 p.m., we are freezing, and wind chills in the teens will be in parts of our area. Needless to say, everyone in blue and surrounding areas, you will be in the deep freeze. But it's not just the temperatures that are a concern, it's also the wind. When the front pushes through, it's going to be accompanied by sustained winds 20 to 30. We could see gusts over 40. Wind chill watches hoisted. Wind chills, the combination of the temperature plus the wind, could drop below 0, maybe as cold as 7 below in some hill country locales. Wind chill warnings farther north for good reason, as you can see, double digits below 0. Temperatures and wind chills. So here's the wind chill forecast for you. Thursday, by afternoon, we're already in the teens and 20s for what it feels like. Then by the evening, single digits and teens, only to wake up Friday morning to wind chills near 0 across the board. Oh, how's it going? Hope y'all are doing great and ready for the cold. It is on the way. Hopefully you guys are ready. People, pets, plants, pipes. Oftentimes when we have these little cold outbreaks, I'll be like, yeah, no big deal on the pipes. In this case, definitely take care of the pipes as well. Those faucet covers that you can buy at like Lowe's and Home Depot, those are great. Anything you can do to kind of protect any of the faucets, the hoses, all of that. Do what you can. Let's see, we've got Mac. Hello, winter is coming. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, it is. Brian says, got to put the blankets on the cows this weekend. Curtis Dobbins, hello. Hope you're doing great tonight as we get ready for the big cold plunge. Now, what I should say is if you made it through 2021 just fine, then you will say this is piece of cake. Reason being, it's not going to be as cold. We won't have any wintry precipitation. We had, let's see, I think it was 100 and, I wrote it down yesterday. I don't want to give you wrong stats. We had 144 hours of freezing temperatures back in February of 2021. Compare that to maybe about 40 to 42 hours of freezing temperatures this go around. Big difference. The coldest from 2021 was 7 degrees. That was back on February 16th, 2021. The coldest I'm forecasting this go around, 15 degrees on Friday. Let's see other comparisons. Snow. We had 6.4 inches of snow back then. We're going to see 0 snow this time. So bottom line is, do not take it lightly, but also know if you made it through February 2021, you will be just fine. Let's go through day by day, hour by hour. And by the way, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I will do my best to respond and provide you with any information you may need. But I think that, you know, it's kind of fitting. Winter, the winter solstice, astronomical winter arrives 3:48 p.m. on Wednesday. I'm forecasting a high temperature of 57 degrees, which mind you is still cooler than our average high of 63, but much better than where we are heading. Thursday in the morning, that's going to be the warmest time of day. In the evening and into the night, oh yeah, the bottom's going to drop out. The front right now, I'm thinking we'll probably push through sometime between 10 a.m. and noon on Friday. So just putting that out there so that you are prepared. The Arctic blast means business. We will wake up to teens on Friday and see teens again perhaps on Saturday. Difference here, Friday we're going to see the likelihood of wind chills near zero in the morning. By Saturday, our winds start to diminish, and so that means it'll be cold, but it just won't be as windy. So the wind chills will be higher, but the temps in some spots, those protected valleys, might be lower. So if you live in an area like Del Valle, for instance, or if you live out in the hill country, I would say Saturday morning might actually be the colder of the two. Just putting that out there. And I do think it's possible we could see a record low out at ABIA, out at the airport on Saturday, Christmas Eve morning. I think it could be around 10. The record is 14. So yes, I mean, this is nothing to be messing around with. By the way, if you have Christmas concerns, there will be nothing to keep Rudolph from finding, his way on the sleigh with Santa coming down the chimney. No snow, no issues, no problems, and it'll get bitter and then get better. So we're looking at some nicer weather to come. 4 consecutive freezing nights, but we should thaw out as early as Saturday midday. Danny, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for checking in tonight. Hard freeze watch, wind chill watch. These are words we don't like to say in Central Texas, but both of those have been issued. Currently outside, there's actually some clearing. I saw some stars out. It's been a while. It's been so murky and so dreary lately. It's 45 degrees. By morning, we'll likely see temperatures in the upper 30s, and then we'll warm up from there with clouds giving way to sunshine. It's actually going to be a pretty nice day, the way I see things for Wednesday. Not going to have to deal with the fog and the drizzle that we've contended with last couple of days. High temperature for your Wednesday, right around 57 degrees. This is going to be a great day to get any of those last minute preps in. And for that matter, if you don't like the idea of having to go out in the cold and the blustery conditions, then if you have like grocery store run, got to fill up the gas tank, anything like that, do it tomorrow, because otherwise you're going to be doing it with 16 layers on at the same time as worrying about frostbite. So yeah, do it tomorrow. Thursday, starting out the first part of the day, you may say, oh, it's not bad. We've got pleasant weather. Oh, and then you will know when the front comes through, and it'll probably come through between 10 a.m. and noon. It is going to absolutely blow you away, literally and figuratively. We could see winds 20 to 30, gusts 40 plus, and temperatures falling. So we may see temperatures fall to freezing as early as 6 p.m. on Thursday in Austin. And in the hill country, you may be freezing like shortly after lunchtime, the way things are looking. Hard freeze alerts have been hoisted across the area, and essentially the definition of a hard freeze for our area, 28 degrees or colder. We're going to see widespread temperatures 28 or colder, with temps as cold as 10 degrees by Saturday morning is when I expect that the coldest will be in terms of actual temperatures. But that doesn't factor in the wind. That is a different story. In terms of the other alerts, folks in Padre, Brownsville, Harlingen are going to see the first freeze of the season. So that is a freeze watch for those folks. Hard freeze watches extend all the way through much of central and southern sections of Texas into Louisiana, portions of Mississippi, Alabama, southern and southeastern sections of Oklahoma, as well as Arkansas. That's just pure temperature based, and this will likely become hard freeze warnings. Now let's talk about the impact of the wind. I know, Danny, the sidekicks are at home. They're scruffy little kids, too. They need grooming appointments like nobody's business. Wind chill alerts. All right, a wind chill watch basically means, hey, watch out. We're going to have dangerously cold wind chills. So at this point, we're just waiting to see, will these be upgraded to a wind chill advisory, which means wind chills 10 or below, or a wind chill warning, which means wind chills 0 or below. And a good chunk from Austin points west probably could see 0 or below. So I fully expect sometime on Wednesday, National Weather Service is going to say, bing, 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 wind chill advisories, wind chill warnings for our area. Bottom line here. Combination of temperatures plus the wind equals incredibly cold wind chills. So that's not going to affect inanimate objects, but it will affect you and Fido. So frostbite, hypothermia, all considerations if you are not properly protected. So please make sure to take care of people, pets, plants, and pipes. Danny says, Texas, more model. You say thermostats aren't, Texas thermostats aren't up to this. Easy for me to say. Also, doesn't hurt to have blankets. Blankets. Lots of layers. All right, in case you're wondering, the Arctic area is right up here. And it currently is in no hurry to move in. We've got another 24 hours of just twiddling our thumbs and getting ready for this before the plunge happens. The plunge, again, is going to happen on Thursday. But yeah, the entire country is basically going to be suffering. Let's take a look just at wind chills. This is how it's going to feel. You wake up Thursday morning, you peek outside and you say, not so bad. And then the cold front comes through. And by the time you walk outside in the afternoon on Thursday, it's going to feel like, say, 15 in Vernon. Feel like 24 in Austin. And it's still daybreak. Like, it's still daylight. It's before sunset. Sunset these days is right around 5:34, something like that. Max says, oh, those wind chills. Indeed, indeed. So by 8 p.m., that evening walk you usually do, maybe not so much. Fido might be in a real hurry to just do his business and come right on in because I'm not going to mess around with these temperatures and these wind chills. It may feel like 5 in Vernon, like 8 in Rockdale, like 7 in Fredericksburg. Oh, but it gets worse. You wake up Friday morning, you might not even want to go outside at all, although I will. I'm going to have all the layers. I will still go run, although I might not run right at 7 a.m. I might wait a couple of hours. But we could see sub-zero wind chills, and it will be blustery and cold and super dry, very low dew points. But it will not be snowy. There will be no wintry precipitation with this. So, in a nutshell, high temperatures late morning on Thursday in the 50s. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we're in the 30s. Gusts 30 to 40 plus. Thursday night, wind chills could be near zero Thursday night through Friday morning. The coldest temperatures, Friday morning, 15 with wind chills near zero and a high of only 31 degrees. And as cold as that sounds, it actually has been colder. The record for the coldest December 23rd, because I know you guys care about this stuff. 1989, there was a high of 29 and a low of 4. So right now, forecasting 9 degrees warmer than that for the low and 2 degrees warmer than that for the high. So now that that's squared away, we will not be going through record territory, at least not at Camp Mabry. As I mentioned earlier, though, at the airport Saturday morning we could. What about snow? Where will it be snowing? Oh, not here, that's for sure. But there will be a white Christmas possible for some, and the highest snowfall totals really look like they're going to be around the Great Lakes. Look at that. 2 feet of snow near Sault Ste. Marie in Michigan. Buffalo could pick up another, foot and a half of snowfall, even Chicago and other areas along the lakes could get hit hard by snow. Obviously, this could create some travel troubles. So if you have plans, be aware. Patience will be appreciated. All right, here's a look at those lows. First thing in the morning, 38 in Austin. Thursday morning, 43, and then the front comes through. Friday morning, 15. Saturday morning, 17. Sunday morning, 22. Merry Christmas to you. But as mentioned earlier, at Camp Mabry anyway, not expected to see records there. Max says, amen. Are you guys the only two watching this thing? You're the only two commenting. Maybe it's just the three of us. Just a trio of people watching the weather on a Tuesday night super late. Wind-wise, when you get up in the morning on Thursday, we'll have southwest winds, which are actually a warm wind direction. And then watch what happens. Boom, there's the front, kicking up the winds out of the northwest and turning to the north. We could see gusts up to 30 to 40 miles per hour, coinciding with temperatures falling in a real hurry. And then by Thursday, 10 p.m., there you go. Widespread, sustained winds, 20 miles per hour, with gusts near 40 miles per hour. Hold on to your hats. That's kind of earmuff weather. Does anyone have earmuffs? I used to have some. I will definitely grab my warm weather attire. That is for sure. I think a puffy coat would be in order. Gloves, scarves, the whole 9 yards. All right, so clearly it is going to be blustery and cold and dangerous. Now let's take a look at temps on the left in white and wind chills on the right in blue, keeping in mind how brutal it will be. So we're starting with Wednesday in the morning, 30s across the board. Not a problem, no big deal. I mean, at this point, we've seen many days with temperatures kicking off in the 30s. Afternoon, nice, 57 degrees. Be a lovely day. I mean, a little cool, but at least we'll see some glimpses of sunshine for a change. Then as we work our way toward Thursday in the morning, temps in the 40s before the front rolls in. Danny says, just 3 of you? Better than 2. I don't know. Maybe there are sneaky people watching who don't care to comment. We never know. And here comes the cold front. By about 11:30 in the morning, winds shifting out of the northwest, temps dropping in Llano, 46 at 11:30 in the morning, and feeling like 30 already. Watch as temperatures drop even more. Boom, cold front pushes through. 3 o'clock temps in the 30s for much of our area. And then sunsets. We're freezing at 6:30 on Thursday afternoon, evening, feeling like 15. It's in the 20s in the hill country. And then by Friday morning, 7 a.m., temperatures area-wide are absolutely frigid. We are talking temperatures in the teens and wind chills in the single digits and near zero. And even though Austin says 17, let me make an adjustment. I think it could be as cold as 15. So that's my forecast. 15 degrees Friday morning. And then as we work our way toward midday, only around 25, with an eventual afternoon high Friday afternoon of 31 degrees. But we do see a warming trend. Christmas Eve, high of 36. Christmas Day, high of 47. Monday and Tuesday, 60. We could see 70s next week. So there will be a big change. All right, here's a big picture looking at the clouds. There's nothing going on radar-wise, but we do actually have a decent amount of breaks in the overcast, which is why I think temps by morning will be in the 30s. We head to the north. There's really not a lot of moisture yet congealing with this system. So yeah, up in the Rockies, there are some areas getting some snow, but it's not really like super duper bad. As we head toward the northern Rockies, though, you can see there is a bit of heavier snow from Great Falls, Montana, on toward Glasgow and on near the Miles City area, heading toward Minot and Bismarck as well. This is where the real core of the Arctic air is currently and continue to plunge southward as we continue through the night and on through Wednesday. Ooh, look at that. Georgetown, you are already at 38 degrees. That's what some clear sky will do for you. Thorndale, 37. Rosanke, 37 degrees as well. All right, let's flip the script. As we look up to December 28th to January 3rd, ringing in the new year, warmer than average temperatures expected across not just Austin, but most of the Lone Star State. So that's going to be a big change in a different direction. Also, we've got a week's worth of dry weather on the way. So that brings us to, again, the 7-day forecast. Danny says, wrap those pipes, wrap your dog, wrap your neighbor, don't forget the plants. One of my gauges is that during the big freeze of February 2021, we didn't protect the plants because we thought they're so hardy, they've survived everything. And there were a couple of shrubs that we thought would never come back, and they were very slow to bounce back, but they eventually did. So I know everything in the front yard, I'm like, okay, you all survived February 2021, you're good. But in the backyard, we actually have a few little plants that are new, and so those are the ones that I, got to cover up. And then all the faucets and everything like that. Instead of getting like the foam little cover things, we have little bags that are almost like a lunch bag material, and you can like cinch them with like a drawstring. Makes it super easy to throw those things on there, cinch it with the drawstring, and you were good to go. So yes, all of the precautions. And then if you have an exterior wall with plumbing, keep those cabinets open. You don't have to like trickle your faucet, but just a little drip might be just all you need. All those tricks of the trade, go ahead and use them. It'll be a temporary thing, and then we will talk about warmer things to come. And before you know it, you'll be complaining that it's 100 degrees outside again. All right. With that, thanks as always for checking out Chicks Chats. I know I haven't done them as often. Happy holidays to you and yours. As far as additional updates on the weather, I'll do what I can. I am not going to be at work the next several days through the holiday, but Avery Tomasco in the mornings and Austin Burks in the evenings, they will have you covered, and I'll chime in from time to time as well. So thanks for checking in. Have a great night and stay warm. That's it for now. You can always check in on cbsaustin.com as well for all the latest. Have a good one. Good night, Danny. Good night, everybody.